Hey right people, check out this video. It's all about the Master Key experience. I hope you like it. I have two questions. What is your vision for the MKE?
My vision for the Master Key experience is that we get to 3,000 people that go through the course in a year, and then 30,000, and then on to really bigger numbers, to start a movement of self-directed thinkers. So people just say, in a respectful way, civil disobedience, we're not taking this crap anymore. Whether it's a government thing, a job thing, or whatever. You know, people need to learn how to manipulate, which means to skillfully maneuver, protest along with decency and respect. Okay, so we call this civil disobedience, and we don't have enough of civil disobedience going on, which is a peaceful demonstration that creates change. And so that's really the idea behind why I wanted to put the whole thing together. What my vision is that the world moves into enlightenment and realizes that we're in a different place. But basically, what I want to see is a world that's much like John Lennon wrote about in the song Imagine. You know, no countries, no wars, no killing, none of that stuff. And it's entirely possible. As a matter of fact, it's probable if people started thinking for themselves, because there's more than enough on this planet for everybody. And if we had enough self-directed thinkers, the distribution would leave no one in poverty, without health care, without food, shelter, clothing, and most importantly, an opportunity through education to better themselves. So it's a big purpose. Okay, we're going to change the planet one person at a time. And guys like you are going to help us. Long run, what I want to see here is, rather than Davine and I sort of leading the Master Keys, there's 30 or 40 people leading it. And so we're seen as this think tank that helps people free themselves from the bondage of the conditioning that they grew up with. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. What else, you guys? You guys got tough questions. These are good ones.
Yeah.
Really proud of you.
Usually,
You're making me think.
yeah, we're usually getting big answers. What satisfaction do you get out of teaching this course?
The satisfaction that I get, and every year the satisfaction gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You would think that when you've seen people come into the course in September on a full scholarship, right, their tuition's paid for the year because somebody else paid it forward for them. To see people come in here and skeptical, and then over a period of a few weeks change, and over a few more weeks they get used to the schoolwork and the homework, and then their life starts to change. And when I see people create change within themselves, whether it's losing weight, we've had people lose 50, 100 and more pounds. We've seen people go on and build successful businesses. We've had over 20 books written in the last 2 years, 6 of them bestsellers by different people here. People like Lori King, Marlo Anderson, both with bestsellers, okay? We've seen over 20 courses developed that'll help people with their lives, everything from gluten-free cooking to organizational skills to menopause recovery and coming back strong to art. So people are finding their gifts, they're writing books, and they're running courses and giving away their gift. And so you would think after seeing it year after year after year that it would lose its thrill. But every year it's more thrilling, and I cry every year when people do that out of joy. I'm so happy for them. So the big satisfaction is seeing people realize that while Davine, myself, and the guides here, the 60+ guides we have, and the wonderful staff we have, while we did a great job of creating an environment, the real thrill for me, the real satisfaction, is the people realizing, you know, because in the beginning their life's changing and they think we're so wonderful. But then they realize, we hope, that we set up an environment for them, but all the things that they're experiencing, all the benefits they're getting, they were already in them, and they've done the work to draw them out. And so they have that confidence. Instead of believing in me, they're believing in themselves. Instead of believing in Davine, they're thinking for themselves. Instead of trying to be like somebody in the Master Keys that's been here before that they like or admire, they start to be their true self. And when that happens, my heart beats a little faster, my eyes well up with tears. So that's a surprise that I get 150, 200 of them every year. Everybody does so many remarkable things in their life. It's mind-boggling, and it never gets old, because that's the purpose of the course, is for people to find their gifts and give them away and realize that the universe is going to reward them anyway.
I have another two questions. What does peace be the journey mean? That's number one. And number two is, do you think any of the world's leaders have done anything quite the Master Key experience?
Okay. The first one was, what does peace be the journey mean? Well, the first time I heard that, I was in a movie theater with my daughter. And we went to see a movie called Cool Runnings. And it was about a Jamaican bobsled team. And of course, they don't have any snow in Jamaica. But they did get a team together and they did compete in the Olympics. And they named their sled Cool Runnings, which means peace be the journey. That's from Jamaica. Cool Runnings means, when you say that to somebody in Jamaica, it means peace be the journey. And so one of the things that I found out in studying the Master Keys all these years, and being able, having the honor of watching people like your dad, Davine, Marlo, Lori Enrico, the list goes on and on, Jason Hauser, watched all these people, I started to realize something. And that is, when they wrote the bestseller, when they made that big real estate deal, when Julie Hoffman started her own business and became famous in the United States as the streetwise diva, she's in the real estate business and helps people get into their first home. I realized that they weren't thrilled when they got the prize, because the real thrill is the journey. And so when I say peace be the journey, you need to know, when you're going for something great, there's going to be naysayers. There's going to be people that want to pull you back into the pack so you'll fit in. Because when you take responsibility for how your life turns out, you kind of serve as a mirror to other people. And so they don't want to do anything but sit on the couch and play video games. So you're going to get knocked down. Sometimes people try to discourage you. Sometimes things don't go as fast or as well as you'd like. And so my wish for every person is that peace be the journey as you go through these things, because it's the trials and tribulations on the way, along with the good things and good people and good fortune. You'll have just as many good breaks and just as many people encourage you as are on the other side. And then you start to realize, if you can just stay at peace in your soul and focused on where you're going, that you'll get there. But the joy is in the journey. And I want that to be peaceful for you. So here's a little additional thing you can add on to that. It all works out in the end. And if it hasn't quite worked out, it's just not the end yet. So stay on that journey and stay peaceful with it. And the second question was?
Do you think any of the world's leaders have done anything quite the Master Key experience?
Outside of me, as a world leader? No. Okay. No. I think that I want to think that they have, because it gives me hope. But can I say that that's true? I can't say that it's true. I would say there have been some. Sadat, Anwar Sadat was one of them. Gandhi certainly seemed to have, seemed to intuitively understand these things. So there've been some great world leaders that their behavior, their vocabulary, and their speeches would make one believe that they understand the world within creates the world without, and peace and love, determination, purpose injected with love is when a genius is born. And certainly Gandhi and Sadat and the Buddha and the Christ all seem like geniuses. But remember what Einstein said, everybody's a genius. But if you judge a fish on his ability to climb a tree, he's going to feel stupid his whole life. So this is why you have to find your gift, develop your gift, and give it away, understanding without expectation of reciprocity. In other words, you're going to get rewarded from the channels you give to, but that the world is going to reward you and will see you as a hero. If it's good for you, it doesn't take anybody else's good, and it's derived through service, then the resources, both in terms of hard resources and people and spirit, will show up for you to help you complete that journey, because success is service. So I hope that answers your question. Yes, Adam? Did we get it? Yeah, good enough, close enough for government work? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
To be content.